Hello everybody, welcome back. Here we are with Haikyu now, episode 5. Okay, so in the last episode we had the match. I don't know if the match is over yet, because it ended with an amazing spike and set from both Shoyo and Kageyama. But we did learn that Daichi, while overall talent isn't that high, he does have great defense and he's good at receiving due to experience and things. Kageyama was called the king because he's more like a dictator and he gives orders. He was shouting orders at his teammates. Shoyo and Kageyama's their whole partnership is based upon reaction time. Because the idea is that balls things are moving so fast that you kind of have to be there before the curve, which I quite like the idea of. And it wasn't about Shoyo looking to hit the ball; it was about the ball looking to hit Shoyo's hand. That's it. That's all I need to talk about for episode 4. Let's move on to episode 5, shall we? Sick. Episode 5 cards anxiety. It's got a Tanaka. Nice. You can just give it to anybody. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, right in the face again. It's like a magnet to his face every time. Got his eyes closed. Yeah, they love it. They love it. They finally found what the other was looking for. 10 times 10.
未熟でも天性のスピードやバネを持っている日向。その能力を高い技術で完璧に生かす影山。互いが互いの能力を最大限に引き出す。これは予想以上にすごいコンビができちゃったかもな。ほら、行くぞ。月島。
Was that the end of the game then? Jesus, I was not expecting to go that way at all.
最初と最後に握手すんじゃん。今日の最初はしてないけど。それにこれからチームメイトだし。嬉しくねえけど。早くしろよ。お前知らねえの？ちゃんとチームメイトの自覚を持たないと体育館から放り出されるんだぞ。エリート校の王様相手だし、僕ら庶民が勝てなくても何も不思議じゃないです。
Commoner though? I thought he was supposed to be good.
ちゃんと本気だったじゃん。おい。
Application. Accept it, please. Is it outfit uniforms? Jackets, nice.
ありがとな。
お疲れ。
なんだおい。
くれたよ。練習試合。相手は県のベスト4、青葉城西高校。正常？嘘。県ベスト4の練習試合。青葉城西。お、君らが問題の日向くんと影山くんか。誰？先生。知らねえ。ただ条件があってね。
条件？
影山くんをセッターとしてフルで出すこと。
Interesting.
なんすかそれ。 カラスの自体は興味はないけど、
But
影山
Kageyama,
はとりあえ
yeah.
ず警戒しときたいってことっすか。
俺は日向と影山のあの攻撃が4強相手にどのくらい通用するのか見てみたい。
ガラスの2期で最初の正式な人数でやる試合だ。
遅れないようにね。
はい。
今回は俺自動的にスタメンですけど、次はちゃんと実力でレギュラー取ります。え、それと菅さん、他のメンバーから
He has to do it.
信頼とか。
おお、中学のあの試合本人的に相当答えてんだな。
ここにいるみんなバレー部なんだ。同じ。
He actually has a team now.
カレーマンないっすか。
晩飯ちゃんと食えよ。
Curry Pog Bun. Oh my god, sounds nice.
お前らも食えよ。 中試合の日向のポジションをどうしようかと思ってさ。お前どう思う？
Yeah, I don't really know about positions.
これで行こうと思う。
Just straight 3-3.
影山と日向はセットで使いたいし、
セット。
月島はうちでは数少ない長身選手だ。正常相手にどれくらい戦えるか見たい。でかさが重要なポジションに日向っすか？
は？ミドルブロッカーってのっぽ野郎月島と同じポジション？
ああ、セッター。
Oh shit.
スパイクのためのトスを上げ攻撃を組み立てる司令塔。
Right. Wing Spiker.
攻撃の中核を担う攻守のバランスが取れたオールラウンダー。ミドルブロッカー。ブロックで相手の攻撃を阻み、主にクイックで得点。さらにおとりとして敵のブロックを引きつける。
お前は最強のおとりだ。
おお、最強の踊り。
Uh,
なんかパッとしねえ。
みたいなでかいやつが何人もお前の動きにアホみたいに引っかかったら気持ちいいだろ。
いい、それいい。
おい、アホってツッキーのことじゃないだろうな。
黙れ山口。
ごめん月。
いくら高く飛べても、もともとでかいやつと比べたら、ジャンプのてっぺんに到達するまでの時間がかかるだろ。
はい、だから日向がブロックで重点を置くのは相手のスパイクを叩き落とすよりも触ること。
get a touch.
日向のバカみたいな反射速度を生かして敵のスパイクにとにかく触って勢いを弱め、確実に拾ってカウンターを仕掛ける。
そんないきなりうまいこといくか？いかないだろ。
Probably not, but they'll figure it out during the match, I guess. So that's going to be their thing, is more like comebacks. Sort of similar to like... I'll talk about it afterwards.
沢
お、道宮。何？
村、明日正常と試合するんだって。よく組めたね。
Look how short that skirt is.
武田先生が頑張ってくれてさ。
でも怖くない？正常って確か去年も県でベスト4だったよね。コテンパンにされちゃうかもってさ。
実は結構面白い1年が入ってきてさ。
あ、知ってる。入部早々教頭のカツラ飛ばしたっていうことで。
Was that Tanaka telling everyone? I guarantee it was. Dorms?
あーさ。
失礼します。おー。
Oh no, it's just like
そんなに驚くようなもんか？普通の部室だろ。
yeah, club room.
デビュー戦じゃねえか、日向。ま、練習試合だけどよ。
He's feeling the pressure already,
正常
isn't
の体育館はでっかいぞ。
ビビるわけないじゃないですか。絶対すんげえ大活躍して。
日向よ、お前が履こうとしてるそれ、上着だけど。
he? I can't say I've ever done that before.
影山、明日日向大丈夫か？
やんないと。
He seems to be one that's
中学とかこの前の3対3と違って、これからは。ヘマしちゃダメだ。ヘマしちゃダメだ。ヘマしちゃダメだ。
あらら、ごめん。小さくって見えなかった。
Nani?
ヘマしちゃダメだ。ヘマしちゃダメだ。
I just ignored him.
なんだ
日向
Oh, and his boxers. Got a cute little motor.
おい、ひなた、食いもんやるぞ。お前何その顔。
Didn't get any sleep.
ちょっと昨日眠れなくて。窓開けてもいい。
Oh, he gets car sick as well. Also just because he's nervous, I guess. Possibly.
あれなんか予想以上にやばい。
Alright. Well, it looks like next episode we might actually fucking get a match straight off the bat. Alright, sweet. So it's picking up a bit. Yeah, so it's I guess Shoyo, every time he gets nervous, he gets like a stomach ache and needs to go for a shit, essentially. Right. Yeah, it's nice. It's the partnership between Shoyo and Kageyama. It seems like each found what the other one was looking for, so they're like actually enjoying playing for a change. You know, Shoyo needed like a team. He needed people around him who, you know what I mean, were actually playing volleyball to play volleyball and not just like kind of, you know, people to come in and help him. And Kageyama was looking for somebody to actually be able to like to hit his sets in a good way, like actually be able to get there. So yeah, it's nice that little you know connection with them two. Tsukishima, I thought he was supposed to be good, but he doesn't seem to care. So something's got to change. I think he'll always have that like nonchalant type attitude like outside of games, but I think eventually there'll be a time when like he actually goes into games, he actually has like, you know, he actually has to be intense and serious about it. So Aoba Josai is the I guess the school or the I don't know. But it's also called Seijo. So is Seijo the team and Aoba Josai is the school, or is it the other way around? I mean, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure they're both the same thing, right? Someone's gonna have to clarify in the comments what the difference is between those two. Yeah, but they just seem to have a real interest in Kageyama, and I think the reason why is obviously because that's where most of his original teammates went. Now, is that the school that he was looking to apply to, but then he got rejected, and that's supposed to be like the top thingy in the top school in the I feel like it's not. But it might be. Because if that was the case, why would they accept his teammates but not like accept him? I know the reason why they didn't accept him is because he's a bit egocentric, right? Because otherwise they would have went straight for him. But yeah. But his teammates weren't like, I don't know. They may have just like looked worse than they were because they couldn't get Kageyama's sets, or tosses. But like they didn't really seem that great, you know what I mean, to be the top school. So I feel like it's not the same school as Kageyama was applying for and got rejected from, but it might be. Tell me if I'm wrong. Alright, we've got Takeda, the volleyball supervisor. Yeah. Another one. Another person we're introduced to in like the volleyball group. Yeah, poor Sugawara, man. Like, because he seems like that seems to be like that is obviously his official position, but surely he's like, if he's been there as long as Daiichi has, then he must have other parts of his game where he's at least good at that he can play and not just have to be setter as well. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I feel for him a bit. Yeah, he's Kageyama's former teammates are now opponents, which is that's gonna be an interesting thing, like how that is going to kind of play. I wonder how like they're going to, because it seems like obviously the only one they're really interested in is Kageyama anyway, and I wonder if it's really going to surprise them that how much he's changed or what. Because I feel like in this match, even though Shoyo looks like he's like the worst off, I feel like when it comes to the actual match, I feel like it's going to get to Kageyama more, really. Because all those feelings will start coming back, I think, of when there was nobody there, and it might get to him a bit more. Because I feel like Shoyo can rise above the pressure. I feel like all of the pressure is everything leading up to, and then as soon as he gets in the game, he's in like game mode. So I reckon he'll be all right when it comes to that. I don't think it's that. I don't think pressure will get the better of Shoyo. I'm basing that off like the fact that that's mostly what you kind of find with protagonists. Like for example, My Hero with Deku. You know what I mean? He has like all the pressure of the world pretty much weighing down on his shoulders, and it doesn't faze him. You know, he rises to that. You know, and I think Shoyo will be exactly the same. It'll be interesting if he doesn't, because then that'll just add like another layer of like, you know, sort of development of his character. But I mean, I just feel like that's the way it is. That's why like out of everyone, Kageyama's the most interesting to me, because I feel like he has the more layers right now at the minute. Because yeah, Shoyo's like he's like the typical protagonist right now. You know what I mean? You know, and like the disadvantage to that is, you know, generally they can come across a bit less sort of, you know, a bit like less developed than other characters. You know, so yeah, Kageyama is like the interesting one to me at the moment. So yeah. So we've got like some interesting like little bit of information on like positions and how volleyball plays. So the fucking I almost dropped a pen. So the front three, I guess this can change like with different formations and stuff. But the front three technically are generally blockers. Or setters, right? So depending on whether you have to defend or attack, those are interchangeable, I guess. So does that mean that the back three are generally spikers then? Or does it not matter? Can anyone spike? Because what I'm thinking is, generally, you know, I would imagine the back three are more or less receivers. To kind of keep the ball in play, right? So that it doesn't obviously drop. But is that all they're there for? Because I would think... I don't know what a full-size volleyball court is. I've been on volleyball courts before, but I don't know if they're full-size or not. Like, full, like, you know, official size. But, you know what I mean? Like, I can't remember them being that big. So I'm wondering if, like, because like, as a spiker, I'd imagine you need some kind of, like, run-up at some point. I guess in the last episode, like, Shoyo went from, like, right to left, and it wasn't really, like, a straight-on, like, jump, but he did do that as well. So I don't know. I guess anyone can spike if they want to. But that just means that, like, the back three are generally, like, they just receive. Like, and, like, keep the ball. I guess so. I guess they're just general defenders then. Yeah. I'm just saying because like I don't see Tsukishima as a spiker at all. You know? But yet he's on the front. But so is Shoyo, and he's a spiker. So were they just putting Shoyo up front? Yeah, like, yeah, spikers have to, like, I reckon anyone can be a spiker, right? Anyone has to, like, gotta be, right? At least that's how, like, when I've ever played volleyball, that's how we've played it. Like, we just went free form and just did whatever. So, yeah, I guess that must be it. And, yeah, so they're fucking, I've completely fucking lost what their name was. Fucking hell, man, what is it? Karasuno. Their style of play is like much like counter-attacking in football. You know, the idea that, you know, if they go up for a spike, Shoyo's there, he can actually tip the ball back, and, like, you know, instead of, like, let's say like a traditional blocker, so you've got Tsukishima there, he'll block it, and, you know, it'll come off his hands and down into the opponent's side, and then you end up getting a point for that. However, with Shoyo's style, because he's so short, it takes him longer to get the higher up. But with his reflexes, he will be able to tip it. It allows it to come back to their receivers and gives them the, like, attacking style of play, as opposed to, like, just, like, straight in defense. So that allows, you know what I mean, them to kind of sort of counter-attack in a way. That's the way I perceive it anyway. You know, that's kind of what I liken it to, is like a counter-attack in football. You kind of just, like, hold on the defensive until, you know, until, like, they're attacking, and then as soon as you get the ball, like, you know what I mean, you start charging forward, and you catch them on the break. That's kind of like how I perceive it to be, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, and that's all I've got down for. Yeah, so it's getting interesting. I think we'll get a match next episode, which should be fun, but that will have to wait probably until Monday, because tomorrow's my game live stream day. So, you know, I may get an episode out of something, probably One Punch Man, but we'll have to see. All right. Okay, so yeah, that is all for today. I've got to go film an Attack on Titan episode, and yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye bye.